Hey there, my gorgeous goddesses, and welcome back to Morning Bliss Hits with Joe. And let me introduce you to Big Vibe. Own the room you're in. And how do you own the room you're in? Part of owning the room you're in is knowing who you are. Coming into rooms, whether it's in business, restaurants, your family, you need to know who you are so you don't get blindsided by triggers. And of course you're going to be triggering because, or of course you're going to be triggered because you are triggering. Hello, my name is Joe, and I work with women in the second half of their lives to level their health up, level their appearance up, level their wardrobe up, level their moments up, creating moments from joy, not from worry. And what this does is this all takes practice. It takes practice in groups of women that all have the same destination in mind. And that's why I'm introducing you to Big Vibe. It is my new series on YouTube, and it is going to go through how you can massage your beautiful emerging vibration so that you own the rooms that you're in. And here's some of the things that we're going to be looking at. Number one, we're going to be looking at the negative patterns that have held you back in your life. And if you think about it, they run through your head all the time. Who am I to be doing this at my age? I'm not that smart. I'm not technologically savvy. I never knew we could do stuff like this. I don't think it's right for women to ask that. Especially the girls that were raised in the 70s and 80s. We were raised at such a funky juncture in our society that we were taught by women that didn't have rights, and we were taught to be women that had rights. And that's kind of weird, because what woman do you know that you've learned from that doesn't live what she's talking about? And what I mean by that is the wisdom that came down through my mother wasn't embodied. She could tell me things maybe once, but she didn't embody it. When she told us not to come home pregnant, what she really meant was, you are sacred. Your body is a temple. And let me share with you how sacred women are on this planet. And the reason why we splay ourselves open and sacrifice us is because we watched our mothers do it, because they had to do it. So we've been carrying around these wounds our whole lives, wanting to be that woman that is cherished, but not allowing a man close enough to cherish us. So let's get into it today. And today I just want to go over some quick patterns that you might resonate with, that I certainly woke up to in my life, that alerted me to an identity change in my dating life and in my overall life. I am not that little girl that is unworthy for love. I am not that little girl that didn't get the love she needed because her father was absent. My first masculine in my life was my father. And he was a provider, and he was a nice guy, and he loved my mother. They were together for over 60 years. But he was emotionally and physically unavailable to us when we were little and growing up. And because of that, he followed my mother's lead in rearing us as go-getters, that we did not need men in our lives at all. And they couldn't teach us the ways that we would need men in the future. Perhaps they were so scared that we would fall into a relationship that they were coming from and that they had, that we were probably better off alone. And what that did is that did not help us in the men department. Because of my father's unavailability, whether it was because he traveled a lot for work when I was very young, or because he just didn't know what to do with girls, he did not alert us to the power games men play, and to we are worthy just as little girls twirling around in our dresses. Not that we're worthy, we got our chores done and we got A's, and we have a job in mind for when we graduate. Although my parents were very generous, they gave me dance lessons. I went to private schools my whole life. I was certainly very well taken care of and protected and provided for. The underlying unworthiness came because my parents were so busy trying to protect us, they couldn't live in the moment and show us what a healthy, nurturing, loving relationship looked like with partners that could move into their masculine and feminine energy. So I was raised in my masculine. I was married 3 times. My first marriage ended 2 years after we got married, and I remember coming to him. I was so confused. I had left him, and he tried to get me back, and I didn't understand. And finally, he said, "I need a real woman." That was the first time I ever slapped a man, and it was my last time slapping a man. I was so heartbroken, and I was probably 25 or 26 at that time. So 35 years it took me to understand what I didn't understand then. What is a real woman? Well, a real woman is a woman that can see herself out in the world where the men play, working, building her business. But she can also understand the world that was her birthright, and that is inside of a protected bubble. Now, because my parents couldn't offer that bubble to me emotionally, I had to figure it out, and it took me 35 years. I am out on the dating field again. I have over 200 dates under my belt, first dates, handfuls of second and third, and I'm currently with a man who is trying to schedule that fourth. But I now see myself worthy in a sea of men that I'm attracting from my old vibration that don't see me as worthy. So they're not stepping up. They're not coming forward. They're only wanting to consume me. They want my number. They want my time. I have a man that's currently trying to get something on the schedule, our second date for this Thursday, and he's texted me every day. He said he brought me flowers. So the text every day is a message about the flowers, hinting to me to give him my number. But yet he still hasn't secured Thursday, and that's 2 days away. And our date was several days ago. So as sweet as he is, and as nice as he is, and as funny as he is, he's not stepping up. And a woman has to understand what that means from a man. But if we're the little girl from when we're 16 and we really didn't get the greatest information on how to date or whatever, we'd be all about, "Oh my God, you found a man, jump on him, hurry up, cling tight." But that's not what allows love to grow with a man. Or if there's men in my group, I dance, so I have men that I dance with. And the people around me are, "Well, are any of them dateable? Why aren't you dating them?" And this is the reason why I'm creating a dating course out of my 200 first dates, is because we're coming out of a veiled vision that we need to control everything. And that veiled vision was fed to us by our mothers who did not have control. So perhaps it was them making sure we never lost control like they did. But with the wisdom coming down with missing information, I didn't understand that men can't be friends with women. They are always going to orbit you unless they have an invested interest in you, like your father, your brother, your cousins. Unless they have an invested interest in you and they are investing in you financially, emotionally, mentally, like your fathers and your brothers and your cousins and your husband, those are men that you give your time and your effort to because they are investing in you. And that comes with its own challenges, especially if you attract a man that wants to give to you. And our little saboteur comes in and she doesn't want to receive it because she's independent. She doesn't need him. And that is the moment, my loves, that we are going to be working in Big Vibe. That little teeny tiny moment when you make the decision of how to respond, how to react, or whether you should at all, or what the feelings are inside of your body when you are reacting or responding or thinking, should I? Connecting with the space inside of you and around you is what I do best. So, again, welcome to my little corner of the internet and of the world. And I hope my siren song activates something in you. Find your tribe, women. Find your tribe of women that don't accept less. And you'll notice that they get treated very well by everyone around them. All right. Good luck out there. I'll see you in the next video.